What up guys, and welcome to another video. Today we're going to be installing our Maxxair fan. This is the deluxe model.
We bought this used off of Amazon for $200.
We saved some money buying it used and it seems like it's in pretty good condition.
So to install the fan, you're going to need a jigsaw with a metal blade, a metal file,
a caulking gun with some good sealant. You need a 14 by 14 inch piece of cardboard for the template.
oh, and some rust prevention for when you cut the metal.
And you're going to need a drill. And you're going to need butyl tape. And some masking tape.
So you're going to grab your 14 by 14 template and you're going to put it on the roof where you want your fan to be, and then you're pretty much just going to trace and you're going to pre-drill in each corner.
You can just follow your template. So after you use the rust prevention, you can cut little pieces of butyl tape like this and then stack them on top of each other just like this where the ribs are, so the fan sits flush on top of this instead of having openings. We're just gonna get rid of this excess butyl tape.
Tell me what you answer, knocking at your door, but you didn't answer.
So the fan is installed. After we drilled into the roof, we put sealant around the bottom of these screws as well as on top. As you can see, there's some sealant on the sides of the fan. What? Come down. Baby, I don't have to put my arm. I'm gonna fall. Once you install the fan, make sure to, have this dangling out. So today we're going to be doing the plywood on the Ram Promaster conversion. We went to Lowe's and we got 3 of these pieces of plywood. They're 3/8 in thickness. So we got 3 of those. We grabbed the rubber mat that came with our van. We laid it on top of the 3 pieces of plywood. Then we just used a black Sharpie and traced it. Once we do that, we're just going to cut it out and hopefully it fits perfectly. Now we have the first piece of plywood with our stencil drawn out, and we're just gonna hit it with the jigsaw. It has a wood blade. We're gonna trace it out and place it into the van.
And I'm sanding.
And she's sanding. Now we're taking 120 grade sandpaper. So we just got a ladder in the mail, and instead of going with the ladder that stays on the side of the van or the back of the van permanently, we decided to get a retracting ladder that we will tuck into our garage space, because we don't want people getting on top of our roof, touching our solar, touching our deck, all that. We got this on Amazon. It was So you guys might be a little bit confused as to why we didn't do any insulation in the floor. If you're trying to figure out how to install a subfloor, you might be watching other YouTube videos, and a lot of the people, they use some kind of insulation, usually like an inch or a half an inch or an inch and a half kind of styrofoam or polyiso material. The reason that we didn't do anything like that is because I'm 6'1", with shoes I'm about 6'2", And with the Promaster, you don't have much space to sacrifice. So to be safe, we just decided not to insulate the floor. And we did that for a few reasons. And actually, after doing some research, we came to the conclusion that the least important place to insulate is actually the floor in a van. Really, regardless of if you insulate or if you don't insulate, the floor is still gonna be pretty cold. So we decided not to insulate the floor, and instead we're going to use like a shag rug on our hardwood floor. So if our feet get cold, I think that will do a sufficient job in comparison to an inch or an inch and a half polyiso insulation or something similar. So if you're on the taller end and you don't want to be hunched over, I recommend maybe not insulating the floor. If you do a really good job on the walls and the ceiling, from the research that we've done, you should be able to insulate the van adequately. So all we did was we got that plywood, we put some mildew and mold prevention paint on it, so we sealed the wood. After we sealed the wood, we just used some really high grade construction, really strong glue, and we glued the floor down to the actual floor of the Promaster. And then after that, we utilized the M8 bolts that were already in the Promaster. Previously there was some kind of metal tie down, but we removed those tie downs and we just drove straight into those, and as a result we didn't have to do any drilling into the actual van, which is beneficial. Make sure you hit that like button, make sure you subscribe to this channel. We got a solar installation coming up, we got windows coming in. We like to keep everything short and simple, and we hope you're really enjoying our videos. Thank you guys so much. Bye bye.